Welcome to Backstage Pass for InfoComm India 2024. My name is Sowmya and I am the live content coordinator with Avocor. I will also be overseeing a lot of things at InfoComm India 2024. Well, I was actually looking forward for my colleague, dearly known as Manoj. Well, Manoj, are you here?
Oh, yeah, I'm here very much. Hello, Sowmya. How are you
Nice
doing?
to see you. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing brilliant too.
Well, we have very few days left to InfoComm India. Aren't you excited?
Absolutely. The excitement doesn't stop when it comes to InfoComm India.
Damn right, because this is the last show for the entire year of 2024, and we can't wait to get to Mumbai to kickstart the show on the 3rd of September, which would go on up until the 5th of September at the Geo World Convention Center.
Yeah, I mean, this time around, there's going to be so much of excitement, so many new exhibitors, so many new technologies, so much to look forward to, like the latest digital signages, intelligent video conference systems, artificial intelligence, LED virtual productions to the naked 3D displays, smart classroom solutions, and interactive immersive projection mappings, and so much more
That's
to
a
go.
long list of new things to look at and look forward for. I'm sure all the people who are wanting to come to Mumbai to just be in the show are going to be excited to see so much on display for them to see. But also, I want to mention a couple of statistics, if I would like to term it as. So we will be talking about the education sessions, in fact. We are looking forward for 48 sessions on 14 tracks and with 68 speakers. That is a great list of speakers that we've got. And we're waiting for these educational sessions to be full house and sharing information, having a great panel discussion, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. And have you heard about the tours that InfoComm organizes for visitors? There are a lot of guided tours that you can look forward to at the show.
That is so true. Show floor tours do definitely make a great part of the visitor's experience to InfoComm India. I would like to ask you if you have some pointers for a first-time visitor to Mumbai. Well, I do have a couple, but then I would like to know yours too.
Absolutely. I mean, Mumbai is a place to be in, especially during this time. And if you are a first-time visitor, do be there at the Gateway of India, the Marine Drive, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus, or if you could drive a little longer, you could go to the Elephanta Caves or the Colaba Causeway and the Crawford Market.
Awesome. And yes, as soon as we get over with the show, we have the biggest festivity in the whole of Maharashtra, known as the Ganesh Chaturthi, coming up on the 7th of September. I'm sure a lot of us here are waiting for this annual celebration of Lord Ganesha, who blesses us with his blessings for everything to happen well.
Absolutely. And to add to the excitement, we have the show floor expanded. We've gone to level 3 and it's called Jasmine. And the Jasmine Hall is where the Avocor booth is going to be located too.
Very true. And we also have a couple of great meetups lined up for the Avocor Women's Council on day 2 at the Avocor booth. It's going to be between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. And we also have the first time happening AV Marketeers meetup on day 3. This particular meetup, in fact, is going to be headed by our CMO, Mr. Dan Goldstein. So I really look forward for the discussion that they will be having on during this meetup.
Absolutely. So did you hear about what else is happening exciting pre-show at Avocor?
Oh, well, I did hear a few rumors, but be kind and share the news with me.
Absolutely. Have you heard about the Backstage Pass that we have introduced for the first time ever?
Yes, of course. So who was the first person to go with the Backstage Pass to India, rather InfoComm India 2024?
So the first discussion that I had was with Rohit who represents Avocor India. He's the regional head for marketing and sales here at Avocor.
I'm looking forward to see what was discussed in the interview, Manoj.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and check out my interview with Rohit from Avocor. Today we have with us Rohit, who's the Director of Sales, Avocor India. Rohit, welcome and introduce Avocor brand to the market.
Thanks for that, Manoj. I'm Rohit. I'm from Avocor. I am from the sales team of Avocor, who's leading the operations for us here in India. And Avocor as a brand are the pioneers in this particular interactive display space. So, interactive displays has been our bread and butter for the last 8 years of our existence. And in interactive display, what we excel at is having multiple interactive technologies in our displays. We are the only ones out here who make these displays in three different touch technologies, from an IR, PCAP to an in-glass touch. And in all these particular, we have it in different form factors also. So as you're able to see right next to me, these are a couple of displays that we have. And where we basically cater to, or what we basically do, is where we bring people together, because interactivity is the next level of communication as we see it. And we basically are the ones who have been doing this for the last 8 years, and that's all we've been doing, and we have been doing it really, really well. So that's where Avocor comes from. And we have started to reach out to the market here in India for the last couple of years, and I have been with Avocor for the last 6 months now. And we are taking this particular product to the market here in India, which is ripe for the picking, if you ask me, because interactivity is taking off to the next level out here in the market. And we basically are extremely excited for the opportunity at hand and looking forward to talk more.
Brilliant. Rohit, can you give us a little bit more focus on the interactive displays that you have?
Mhm. So, in terms of interactive displays, what we do is we don't make these interactive displays just with a thought process of making them. We try to build them with a concept of having the very specific use case in mind. So, for example, what we do is we cater to a home office or an executive office space, starting from there to a phone booth setup where it will be mostly a personal web conference sort of a use case. From there to, let's say, a signature room concept, or let's say to a boardroom concept of, let's say, a 30-seater plus. We cater to all these particular use cases. And these use cases we meet by different ranges of our displays. For phone booths, like for example, we have a very specific 27-inch monitor, which is a beautiful capacitive touch machine which works with all the devices of your choice. You can bring in various applications and you can run it there. So let's say a CXO or a CEO or even a regular user who would like to run a particular meeting, what he can do is he can just bring in his laptop, plug in his USB cable, and he can start his meeting off. The best example for that is this particular call where I'm doing that exactly through that 27-inch monitor, and you can see the clarity of the display. And the other thing, what we also do is we provide the same sort of use case, let's say in a 55 and 65, 75, and an 86-inch display, which will cater to different meeting room sizes. While that's the concept of the design, what we have also done with respect to the technology is we have something from a capacitive touch display, which would be the best in class in terms of touch. Then we have something on the in-glass touch display, which again gives you the fantastic palm rejection technology, where a user will be able to place his palm and write on that particular display. That's something that not many have in the market today. And we also have the more generic IR touch display, which is the most cost-effective variant in the interactive space. So where we cater to is to the premiumest of the premium most use cases where the user needs a premium touch, and also to the spaces where the use case would be with respect to the whiteboarding and multitasking. So we cater to all these particular use cases out there.
Brilliant. Rohit, would you want to tell us about your new showroom that you started and your new partnership with Mindstech as the distributor?
Yeah, I've been dying to talk about that. I was waiting for you to ask me that question because this is something that we have done very recently. That we have launched this showroom only last week here in Bangalore. This is the first such experience zone, as we call it, that we have launched. That's where I'm talking to you guys from. Where basically what the concept of this particular room, as you see behind me, is that we try to showcase multiple use cases in this particular room. So what we claim to do or what we try to do is try to bring the particular BOQ that a consultant builds alive in this particular meeting room. So when a customer walks into this particular room, he gets a look and feel of the products that has been propositioned to him by the consultant or the system integrator. So the user gets a first-hand experience. He gets to see how good that particular display is. He gets to touch, feel the particular display. And with Mindstech's help, this basically is a setup that's set up in their particular experience center. So there is always somebody on hand to help out, even to the users who walk into this particular experience zone on the go. So all I can say is this is a space where any user who's willing to explore the particular products of Avocor or wants to bring in some of their own products and test it out how it works with Avocor, this is the space for you guys to be in, where you guys walk in and you guys test it out and you basically figure out what the data sheet talks live out here in this particular room.
Wow, that sounds exciting. I think I should make a visit to your experience center soon, Rohit. So moving on, do you want to talk about your recent collaboration with Jabra and Logitech?
Yes. So our collaboration with Jabra and Logitech, I would say, is sort of a gradual progression or the natural progression, as we would call it. Because the tagline of Avocor talks connection through collaboration. And what better to do to collaborate other than with the top two leading brands out there in the UC space? Because as I told you sometime earlier, Avocor pioneers in building displays. We know our display technology really well. While we know our display technology really well, to complete the particular use case for a customer, we need to have also a UC peripheral out there, which would cater to the video conferencing requirements of the customer. To take care of that, what we have done is we have partnered with both Jabra and Logitech. And this is a collaboration, what we call as a Collab Touch program, which which both Jabra and Logitech are part of, where we provide the customer a seamless experience through our particular integration out here. We provide, we meet multiple use cases for the customer, be it, let's say, the customer is looking for an MTR specific solution, we have something that we can build for them. If it's Zoom room specific, we can do that. Or let's say if a customer just says that I want to do a BYOD concept, where I want to have a multi-VC support on a single platform. That's also something that we achieve through Avocor and the UC partners collaboration. This collaboration, what we are doing is something that we are ensuring that the customers will be able to get a reliability factor from a smaller 4-seater to a 30-seater meeting room and would be able to go with a single collaborated device. That's something is what we are trying to do with this particular approach. Yeah.
Brilliant. So we're all excited and waiting for InfoComm 2024. You know, the name itself resounds the excitement that is in store for us. What does Avocor, have in store? What are the product launches that you are looking forward to bringing out at the show this year?
Well, that's again while my experience center was my cornerstone of my excitement level still now, going forward, it's going to be InfoComm. And we are not left with too many days to InfoComm. And what we are doing at InfoComm is that we are trying to showcase, we will be showcasing 4 new different products that we are launching. And of these 4 products, there will be 2 products that we'll be launching globally for the first time. So a global launch would be happening here in India, in the InfoComm India. Of these, if I can talk about a little bit more about the technology and the journey that we have taken. What we basically have been doing is We have been one of the pioneers in this space of 21:9 ultra wide displays. Okay. While there are dime a dozen 105-inch displays that we see out there in the market, what we have constantly stressed and looked up to is, are we going to get anything in a different dimension, be it in a smaller dimension or be it in a bigger dimension? So for this, what we have done, or what Avocor is doing, is basically we are launching two different displays of two new form factors. That will be in a 92-inch, 105-inch display, which would be EDLA certified display that would be catering to the particular requirements of a large meeting room or into a learning and development room or a classroom. And in the same chain of thought, we are also launching a 132-inch active LED video wall. This 132-inch active LED video wall will be an ultra-wide display, one of its kind. And this is something that can be used again in a use case scenario of a front row concept, knock-in SOC room, and so on and so forth. While these two are the ones that we are catering to in this particular ultra-wide segment, in the classic 16:9 segment, what we are doing is we are launching an education product out here for the market. Avocor, as a brand which is known for its expertise in the enterprise segment, we are exploring and we are entering into this particular education space from India. This will be the first time officially we will be launching this particular product out here in India. And the reason behind it is the education sector in India is growing at the rate of notches, I can say. I just saw a report which was talking about 4.6% of the GDP of the country is being spent on public education in the country. That's the kind of emphasis that both the private educators and the public education sector is stressing on to digitize this particular sector. And what better product than Avocor to cater to this particular requirement of the customer? So while we are launching that particular model to meet to the education requirements, what we are also launching is a non-touch display in different form factors of from 55 inches to 98 inches, where we would cater to the classic use case requirement of a meeting room where interactivity might not be a basic use case, where they might look at a display. So we are launching a QLED series of display also out here in InfoComm India. So there will be 4 launches. Again, summarizing all the launches, since there are so many products, there is a 92-inch ultra wide, there is a 132-inch active LED, there's an education segment product that is going to be the first of its kind from Avocor's kitty. And also we'll be launching a non-touch series that we showcased recently at InfoComm US. That also will be showcasing here.
Brilliant. That looks so exciting, Rohit. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that ultra wide really work there, and I'm going to go be there at your booth during the show and get to experience that thing. So going forward, I mean, beyond InfoComm, beyond your launches and things like that, where do you see Avocor as a brand, as a display company going forward into the India markets?
Okay, that's a very interesting question, to be very honest with you, because the first question what I get asked always is, India as a market today, there are so many interactive displays that we see out there. I started my journey in this interactive space 5 years back, and I could count interactive display brands in my single hand. Okay. Today, I would need at least multiple hands to count the number of brands that are there. So when we are playing in this segment where we see dime a dozen brands out there, what is that Avocor is doing is a question that I get asked very, very frequently. So here, with respect to the Indian market in general and the enterprise segment in particular, what Avocor does is, Avocor, as I told you, the emphasis and the focus has been to build this particular products meeting to certain specific use cases. While we do that, what we have also kept in mind and what we have also taken care of is how do these particular devices operate post our sale. Okay. So for this, what we have, all our displays have an OTA update, for which this is going to be vital for a country like India, which is geographically spread length and breadth wise very wide. And for a brand like Avocor to service a customer who might be at a remote location might be a challenge. Keeping all these things in mind, what we have done is an OTA update is readily available for all the firmware updates and for all the particular latest updates. So you have to connect the display on the internet and you're good to go. And the next thing what we have also have is across all these displays, device management is a tool that we have built at a free of cost basis on all our displays. Again, all the customer needs is just an internet and he is ready to go. While these are some of the things that we do mostly on from the post-sales point of view, what we also offer for the particular customers as what we have seen is these interactive displays work fantastically fine. But once these displays, any fault happens with these displays, it's a very, very difficult task to replace them because these are heavy, these are big, these are sensitive. So it's a Herculean task to repair these. And what we have seen from experiences, there are not many people who are doing this well. So our focus and our pitch and our approach to this particular market has been that we will hot swap these particular units no matter what the dimension of the product is. It's a 27-inch display, I'll replace it. It's a 65-inch display, I'll replace it. If it's a 105-inch display, I'll still replace it. If it's within the warranty period. That's the asterisk marks that we'll have to cater to. Yeah. So this is something that's very, very important out here for the Indian market, primarily because there are not many people out here who are talking about the experience of the customer. There are people who are talking about products, there are talking about the features and so on and so forth. What we are talking about is while we ensure all the features, products, all the particular basic requirements are met with our displays, we would give the top-notch experience to our customers out here in the country. So the standards, what is being set for us globally is something that we are going to follow here in the region too. And that's something that we are going to adhere to in the upcoming days also. So why this is very vital and critical is primarily because my sale or an display sale most of the time happens from post sales because most of the times the customer buys a couple of displays as a proof of concept. He would like to test it, he would like to use it, and then place an order for the further more displays. So experience plays a vital part in my sales cycle. So while I sell my solutions, what I also sell is my experience to the customer. That's something that we are laying a lot of focus on for this particular region.
Brilliant. I think you guys are on track, especially when you say a global brand, having a brilliant sales experience with lovely experience centers. And then, of course, the after sales support which is very, very important for the Indian market. I mean, I think you guys are on track with those key things that is required for this market. Before we close, any last words that you want to say in regards to the entire interactive business or Avocor as a brand that you want to summarize this entire discussion, Rohit?
Well, that's a nice segue that you have taken, primarily because the way the country is going, the way that my industry in specific is going, and a little bit more specific, the way Avocor is going is all in line. The country is growing at a rapid pace right now. Yeah. And the interactive display space is growing at a CAGR of more than 56% as per the latest reports for the last 4 years. And we see that growing for the next 4 years. So that's a great space to be in. And here is a great company to be working for, which is growing leaps and bounds. So I would say people who are in India, who are into interactive space and who are looking at Avocor, do reach out. There is going to be a lot of growth opportunities coming your way. And primarily the way we are going is that we want to take this experience across the length and breadth of the country. So as we are talking, what we are also working on is an experience center that's going to come up more or less during InfoComm time in Mumbai, where our customers and partners community in Mumbai is going to have an experience to touch and feel and experience this in a similar sort of an environment. That's something that's going to happen. And something similar is also going to come up in Chennai and in Hyderabad. So what we are trying to do is take this experience local, and so that every length and breadth of the country, across length and breadth of the country, we can have pockets where we'll be able to cater to this particular requirement of the customers and the partner community. That's basically where we are going. Yeah.
All right. With so much of excitement around the show, Rohit, who are the people who we can meet at your booth?
Okay. That's a great question. Uh, it almost sounds like I was not enough. So you want to meet more people. So we are going to be having our marketing lead for Asia Pacific, Patrick Graff. He's going to be here. He's going to be able to give you some insights about what are the strategies with respect to our GTM and with respect to how are we trying to take this to the market. He's going to be here. And one of the most important topics that I covered with respect to our experience, post-sales experience, the guy who drives this, he's going to be here. Paul Vanderkraben, he's going to be here with us. So you can reach out to him and understand a little bit more about what are all the things that we are doing globally. How are we going to do it in the country? What is going to be a strategy with respect to how we catering to the different pockets in the country? This is something that you can hear about. In addition to that, we are expecting to have at least one sales leader from Avocor to be here. But yeah, we are hoping to have him also on board. But if not, we are going to be there. It's going to be me and a couple of my colleagues who have joined me already in India. We are going to be here. And you're going to also see the complete distribution team of Avocor India out there in the booths. So you're going to be having all the people from our distribution setup. So the local connects are going to be there, the global connects are going to be there. And so you're going to have a lot of people to talk to and a lot of relevant conversations to have.
Brilliant. So, Rohit, are you looking at more partnerships in, to come up at the show, with so many visitors coming in? Are you looking at building up more partnerships in the booth itself?
Yes. That's one of the main criteria. That's one of the main to-do list points for us in this particular show. Primarily because we would like to cater to every particular nook and corner of the country. And for that, there is no better show than InfoComm to do this, because you're going to have the entire crowd of AV in there who will be walking into this particular show. So what we are looking to have is newer acquaintances with respect to channel partnership, newer regional distributors for some of the regions that we have that we want to cater to. And also, we are also looking to have some newer acquaintances with respect to strategic partnerships, so on and so forth. So yes, networking is one of the main agendas on our list.
Brilliant. I have two more agendas, personal agendas, going to Mumbai. So we'll talk about that later. Before that, what else are you looking forward in this show? I mean, it's got so much of technology, so many brilliant people coming in there on those 3 days, brilliant conferences that we have. So what are you looking at apart from being at your booth?
So what I am very keen to look at is I'm keen to look at the newer products that are going to come up out there, newer brands that are going to come up out there, which is going to complement this journey of Avocor further. Looking at newer strategic partnerships, if we can get into that particular space. And over the years, what I have seen is there are a lot of partners or integrators who walk into this particular shows with very unique use cases, which we might not have thought about, which they will be catering to or they might have received from their customers. This broadens our horizon with respect to how we'll be able to cater to that certain segment. This is something that we, at a level of manufacturer, might not have thought of being relevant. And I have found this to be a very interesting space where I've encountered such people where I'll be able to talk to these people. And in addition to that, what I'm also looking at is some of our partners who are going to be at our booths. Jabra are going to be at our booths. So you're going to see the team of Jabra India out here. We are going to showcase some of the concepts of front row, some of the concepts of 16:9 MTR displays, Zoom room solutions out there with Jabra. So I'm very keen to see the response from the market to this particular collaboration. While in the region in Bangalore, I have seen a great amount of excitement that I have seen, but I would like to see this resonate over there in that biggest show of AV in the country.
Brilliant. So, Rohit, as I was mentioning earlier, my two personal agendas. Number one is to have the Mumbai Vada Pav, and number two is to have the pohe. I mean, that's something that I've been missing. What's your take on that?
Vada pav. Yes. My fitness coach would not be too happy with vada pav, but yeah, I guess I'm not going to report it that day. But vada pavs and Bombay sandwiches are lip-smackingly good. You can have a cheat day every day in Bombay with the street food. That's definitely very high on my to-do list. And I'm looking forward to see the Atal Setu that has come up. I've not had a chance to travel on that particular thing. So
Mhm.
I would like to definitely try out the Atal Setu and see the beauty of it. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm also looking forward to getting out to get to see the weather in Mumbai. What about you, Rohit? I mean, are you having any plans of travel post the show or getting back to where Bangalore?
Well, we have another show post InfoComm coming up very shortly. That's in 2 weeks' time. So I need to be back home so that my daughter doesn't forget me. So I need to be back home at least for a week more before I rush off to Delhi to prepare for that show. But I definitely would have loved to take off to Lonavala because I love that place. I have been there a couple of times and it's beautiful. I would have had a love to have an opportunity to do that. But some of my colleagues, global colleagues who are coming in, are taking the week off and traveling to Kerala and traveling to other places in the country to see that. So yes, I've turned into a travel guide for a couple of my colleagues. But yeah, happy to help.
Brilliant. So, I mean, I was in Lonavala last year around. I mean, the weather is so beautiful there, and I mean, the resorts are amazing. You need to be there
Oh
to
yeah,
kind of see the scenic beauty of the other side of the commercial capital of Mumbai.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brilliant. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this does bring us to the episode 1 of Backstage Pass for InfoComm India 2024. And this is Sowmya and Manoj signing off for now.
Oh, wait. We have more excitement
do?
coming up. Yes, absolutely. So we have discussions with Vesco, Annexter, and Harman. Those podcast interviews are coming up in immediate time.
That is great. Then I'm going to push my sign off now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sowmya.